Ooh.
Ma ding ding dong.
You touch my tra-la-la.
Oh.
It's a song. And
Yeah.
find it.
Oh.
What's his name? Shit.
Whose name?
The song that I'm thinking. Ooh, you touched my
Yeah.
tra-la-la.
I have no fucking
We have
idea.
no idea, but welcome everybody.
Welcome,
to a
I-
brand new episode.
Yes, this is
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
this is a big 2. We turned 2 today.
Big 2 can also mean 20.
Yes.
But this is the
200.
200th.
Yes,
episode.
200 episode. Yeah.
It's a landmark episode for us. But you see, as usual, it's with no fanfare
No fanfare, no.
that we conduct our podcast.
Yeah.
200.
200.
Yeah, we are
That means for 198, episode 198, we had the great Dan Wong.
the great Dan Wong, yes, the legend,
Yeah.
the man himself.
The legend, the future NFT millionaire.
Yeah, and sadly we were. I think we were supposed to go like to guest star on his.
You.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
to go, but we had our podcast down. One day you'll probably see me making a fool of myself on their podcast. So
He spotted a talent here.
where?
Yeah.
And the talent
It-
is
it's either that
Sean.
or he wanted to get his wife, Lydia, right?
Yes.
To matchmake him with a Malay girl.
Probably it was probably a scheme. It was a
And then in the
scheme.
background, they are trying to hold back John Wang.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't do it.
No,
No,
don't
but here's
do
the thing. Sean has already been circumcised.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
could easily slip into the Malay culture
Yes.
and
I
be
can
like,
sleep.
my PP has less skin, I'm one of yours.
I basically can go anywhere now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could go to Israel and be like, check my
The
penis.
only place
And
I
that
the
is
o-
where Sean wants to go.
Yeah.
It's only Israel.
yes.
Or you could go jump into Saudi
Have
Arabia
you
and
s-
get
have
some
you-
oil.
Have you seen Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
I've seen Gal Gadot, but swimming in oil is better than Gal Gadot.
Swimming
Yeah.
in oil.
That fucking bitch live in a $30 million house and then,
Well, the
Li-
only
living
place
wealthy.
the only place I
But-
can't go to now is
Yeah.
anywhere that requires a foreskin.
but she doesn't know what oil wealthy is.
Yeah. No, but Sean likes his women armed.
Armed and
Yeah.
dangerous.
Hey,
Yeah.
Saudi women are armed by US military drones
Yeah, but you
and
but-
US tanks and US rifles.
Wait, Saudi.
Saudi women are not even allowed out of the house.
Yeah. And you can't see their face.
That's why you can always build a dungeon and can keep as many as you want.
Lim Wei Ming.
And the thing is, you can only just buy one outfit for all of them, and then every day get 7 women, and then every day bring a different one out.
Every
Put
day
them in the
is
same
Black Day.
outfit. Yeah, no one can tell the difference.
Yeah.
And don't call them by their name. Just call them by the day.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday.
This is Monday.
Tuesday.
This is my girlfriend Monday. and-
Monday we're going out today.
You see,
Yeah.
that's why Sean is a proper Jew. He wouldn't use a number system.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
He uses the days.
I apologize. Not 7 women, but 6 women because Saturday you don't work.
Yeah. No. Saturday.
You can't leave the house.
Saturday is the most
family,
fun.
family day.
Saturday
Family
is the
day,
most
yes.
fun day. Saturday is where you put your the prime wife at. Yes. Your prime wife.
You
will
make
be,
your prime wife cook the prime rib.
You make your prime wife a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because beyond the don't know how many numbered rib, it's not
Yes,
kosher
wait,
anymore.
Are you gonna teach her? Are you gonna teach her how to make some local food though?
No, it has to be kosher.
Have to be kosher.
Kosher
What-
can what?
Yeah.
Chicken rice kosher what?
Yeah, chicken rice
Is it-
kosher. What about curry chicken?
Chicken rice kosher.
No, I don't think so lah.
I don't.
Yeah, got no
It has to
dairy
be,
what?
it has to be kosher chicken.
Just say a
halal
prayer.
chicken is kosher chicken what?
Yeah,
Technically.
just say a prayer before you cut the chicken's.
Technically lah.
Yeah, before you rip his head off the body, just say a prayer.
Yeah.
Make it kosher.
Don't worry, kosher fish soup lah, fish soup.
Fish
Yeah.
soup. No, because I'm afraid it might get
But
lost.
local
it might
delicacy.
get
Yeah.
lost in the cultural translation. Like
What about you? You
Prawn mee
teach them.
cannot.
Yeah.
Prawn mee
Prawn
cannot.
mee cannot.
Got
Bak chor mee
pork.
also cannot.
Bak
Bak
chor
chor mee
mee
also
also
cannot.
cannot.
Yeah. What about you teach them how to make Singapore curry chicken?
I mean, we've seen how that fails. Like someone
Yeah.
goes on and Googles, or either Googles, or I think,
I think you
in
didn't
this,
even have to Google, right? It
Yeah.
was quite like plastered.
Yeah, you teach them how to
Over
make the
Instagram.
dish, but without any curry in it.
the thing is that if you Google Singapore curry
Yes.
chicken, right, you will get an image.
Yeah.
And from this next article, the one that blew up, that
Mm.
has gone viral, right? The image that you see online
Yes.
and the product that she produced at the end
It's
of it
completely different.
is two different.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think Mothership has picked up on this article because it went viral on.
It went viral.
New York Times were the one that posted it, right?
And New York Cooking.
New York Cooking.
This
right.
this creator called New York Cooking.
No, but it's under New York Times. NYT.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's a.
Well, I hope for their
Is it
sake.
really under the
I
New
don't
York
think
Times?
so lah. I think they just call themselves New York Times. You know how to, like get some views.
New York Times. Yeah.
Let's see. Curry,
I'm gonna be a Jamie here.
curry, curry chicken Singapore, and it's
Be a young Jamie and
Or-
pull that up.
Yeah, depends on how fast I search, which is very slow. I sound more like a Ben.
Yeah. Ben Avery.
Actually, I don't know. It says
It's
NYT though.
It's called NYT
So
cooking.
is it? Are they related
If
to
it's
New York
NYT
Times?
cooking, then it's meant to be New York Times.
It's called
Yeah.
the New York Times Singaporean chicken curry recipe.
And it's blue tick. It's verified.
Right. So
Yeah,
they're
so it
affiliated
has
to.
to-
oh my god!
yeah,
So
New York Times.
it was uploaded on his recipe site, and when I was looking at it, it's like if that's New York Times, then none of them have Google.
Shall we just play the video? There's a video out. You
Yeah.
can
Just go ahead.
You can
And,
watch it.
and,
We're going to
and
be making a recipe for Singaporean chicken curry. Acidity, spice, and savoriness rolled into one beautiful curry.
Wait, okay, stop
We're going to
that.
start off by
The
marinating.
fucking acidity, right,
Yes.
that she speaks of, right, does not come from fucking tomatoes.
Right.
It comes from lime juice. Wow. That she adds right at the beginning when she claims that she's going to marinate the chicken.
Right.
No yogurt,
Yeah.
no turmeric,
Yeah.
salt, pepper,
Yeah.
and lime juice.
Cooking like a true Westerner,
Yeah.
even though she is of Chinese descent.
Is she Chinese?
She's from
She-
Taipei.
She,
Descended from Taipei.
whoa.
Her
Wow.
her family left the motherland to go to America, and then she failed them.
But she looks like she has some Filipino in her.
Maybe she had
the-
many
maybe
Filipinos
the Filipino
in her.
was in her before the video was shot.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like some chicken adobo recipe got mixed into her brain. And that's why chicken curry became like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue please.
Marinating our chicken. Put 1.5 teaspoons ground pepper and salt to the chicken. And we're going to get 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Mix well. Cover it and let it marinate in the refrigerator for 40 minutes. Now we're going to sear our chicken. Heat up the ghee.
Oh, she used ghee. Okay, enough. Ghee means enough.
That's wrong.
No, you can
That-
use ghee lah,
Right. Isn't that
So
what
the
Punjabis
ghee is-
use?
but Indians as
Oh,
a
okay.
whole use ghee, which is clarified butter,
Right, right.
which has been cooked or heated for a longer period, so it gives a distinct flavor to the fat lah.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, the French clarified butter is very simple, like a stick of butter. You melt it slowly, and then once the whey, the milk solids and everything
Yes.
separates, you stop. You turn off the stove, let it cool down, and then you separate the clear liquid, the fat,
Mm-hmm.
away from all the milk solids and the whey lah.
Right, right.
And that's clean tasting, unlike the Indian one. The Indian one has a little bit more smoky flavors.
oh,
I see.
Yeah.
Just like how I like my whiskey, smoky.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Should we continue playing?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
And
go
Sean is looking at legit images
I'm
of
looking at
chicken
Yeah.
curry.
Just to
I'm
compare,
I'm
just
just
to
trying to-
juxtapose the
I'm
final
try-
picture.
yes, I'm trying to see if she gets anywhere clear.
We're going to turn the heat back down.
It's extremely Western, so searing the chicken off. And
Yeah.
the chicken is not even seared. Because it's wet, right?
Yeah.
It has lime juice and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think she pat the chicken dry or anything like that.
Probably not lah.
Yeah. Because if she pat everything dry, then all the seasoning is going to
Yeah.
like wash off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Spoken like a
what,
true cook.
what a fucking clown.
And then we're going to add in the onions. Fry that for about 5 minutes.
Not
and
enough.
Add in the garlic and ginger. We're going to fry this for about 5 minutes until
Cannot.
the onions
The
get
garlic and
soft.
ginger has to be
Now we're going
paste.
to add in the spices.
She's
Wait,
making a
what
salad.
is that? What's the green shit that she added in?
I don't
Salad.
know. Is it?
It looks like peas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like meant to be like chili or anything.
So
No, I don't think
she
it's chili.
she claims to use a
It looks like
Singaporean.
bean sprout.
She claims to use a Singaporean recipe, but she's cooking it some other style.
She's taking a lot of liberties lah.
I
with the-
can
with the
understand why
recipe.
people get so riled up. I'm not even a cook, and I look at this and I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? What's
It
going
doesn't
on?
look good.
yeah,
It doesn't look good.
And we are not even like at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just take those chickens, deep fry it, and just be done. Just
Exactly.
just be done with it. Like,
Should we
enough.
trigger ourselves with more?
yeah. Oh my.
Add in the chicken and coat it with the aromatics. Take the chicken broth and pour it in. Now that the curry is done, we're just going to add in the coconut milk. And there we have it, chicken curry.
Why is it so?
Dude, it looked like drain water.
Yeah.
Just go
The
back.
curry looked like drain
you
water.
just go back a little bit, and you just try to you compare the final product with any image you see online,
Yeah, you
and
can't.
you get nowhere close. Basically,
I'm
if your
pretty sure
mom,
there's.
if your mum or your mother-in-law catches you making this
Yeah.
and sees that you're making satay, is it?
Yeah,
This is not even satay, bro.
you
Yeah.
might have.
Are you trying to make satay and then you failed that,
Yeah.
and then now you're trying to mask it as chicken curry, which is worse.
In a proper household where people know how to make chicken curry, you might have boiling oil thrown in your face.
Yeah.
If you come up with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or hot water.
Hot water.
water.
Don't waste oil, lah.
Fucking
Just use hot
splash.
water.
she
Yeah.
could have gotten away with it if she said marinated chicken in brown
Spices.
in
Yeah.
brown mushroom sauce or something.
Yeah.
In spicy mushroom sauce, and you're like, oh, okay, that kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
Why is your chicken like that?
And
but
you know, she didn't even add anything, right? To
where were the curry
turn-
leaves?
no curry leaves, nothing. So from what I can see, unless the shit that she put in, the green shit that she put in was curry leaves, I don't think so.
It looked like
No,
bean
no.
sprouts or something.
Yeah.
Looks like bean sprouts.
It looked
or
like
peas.
peas, like snow peas.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
like what the
when you
fuck?
add peas in your curry,
It's a weird addition, isn't it?
No tomatoes,
Yeah.
no souring agent lah.
Yeah.
Right? No acid.
and the worst thing is
The
no
acid she put was the
no
lime juice.
potato.
No potatoes.
Where
Yeah.
is the potato? Where's the kantang? Where is the thing where it's like, uncle, I don't really want the chicken. Can I have the curry potato?
Which
Yeah.
is soaked in the curry.
So-
I mean, like the thing about like
And it's weird. 'cause-
dishes is that you can always what you call it, change it to your liking,
Yes, yeah,
or try to find a fusion,
Correct.
but at least put it in the the disclaimer,
Yes,
lah. You
and,
know.
and it's worse if
Yeah.
she says she likes that, then I question her the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
You go,
So it shows how little research she has done on the dish,
yeah,
and also so little research on how NYT cooking
correct.
has
I'm
done on the dish.
surprised. Were there any comments like, can you taste that? Like, if you taste that and it still
A
tastes
lot of
good
people
to you,
will be
right?
like saying, "Take this down. This is not Singapore chicken, Singapore curry chicken."
Yes, go get a swab because you can't taste anything. You know, your sense of taste is
I don't
gone.
think anyone would have tasted the actual food lah.
No.
Oh, someone,
It's fucking
dude,
horrible.
do you know what the caption is from New York Times Cooking?
Yeah.
What we are making for Lunar New Year? Singapore,
Oh, this
Singaporean
this-
curry chicken.
Yeah,
curry
you-
chicken
you
for
know-
the Chinese.
No, the thing is that they could have gotten
This is
away
curry
with.
chicken for Chinese.
They could have gotten away with this if they did not use any nationality there. If they just
Yeah.
said curry chicken,
Curry
like
chicken.
just Asian curry chicken or just curry chicken.
Oh no, cannot. They can't get away with curry chicken. You know why? The Jamaicans will come and say shit.
So
yeah.
so the thing is that when you put a nationality to it,
And
you
you know
fix
how
it upon us.
you know
right?
how the blacks are racist.
we have to address it. We will address it as a people. We'll be like, no, if you want Singaporean chicken
Yeah.
curry, come to Singapore.
And you know how now like everyone are quick to jump to labels.
Yeah.
Can we label her as racist?
No. We just label her as
Why-
misguided and
Why not?
completely and utterly ignorant.
She's she's from Taipei. She looks Chinese, but she speaks an American accent.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
She
can,
comes from imperialism.
we can probably say that New York Times might be a little bit
Yeah.
racist.
She's
not
imperial and
say
she's
racist,
capitalist.
but more like they generalize this in
Yeah.
in a sense. She's Asian, close enough to
You know what? I'm
Singapore.
gonna
It's,
call this. I'm gonna call her xenophobic. She does not have any Singaporean fans. Fuck her.
Man, she
Yeah.
doesn't. She disrespected.
She needs to be cancelled.
She disrespected chicken.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. She disrespected chicken.
But now I feel a little bit better because
Yeah.
once Josie said that this was meant for Chinese New Year, okay.
Ah,
Yeah, because I feel the same about Chinese chicken curry.
right.
Yeah.
But at
The
least
excessive amount of
Yeah.
oil and coconut milk
It was a chili oil, right?
okay. But at least
is
from an
they-
aesthetic point of view, it
yeah.
looks better, lah. The end product.
yes.
From an
Yeah.
aesthetic point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aesthetic point of view, yes, but Indian curry has that punch you cannot get.
Correct.
My neighbor sometimes cooks Indian curry, and when you walk past, you're like, wow, lao eh. Holy crap, man.
Right.
It smells so good. And
Hmm.
sometimes they give us food as well. Oh my god. My cousin can't get enough. It's like, wow, that's the best curry you ever get. It's the thick kind. It's not like overly watery.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the proper kind. It's like because it's usually a lot of meat inside, so
Yeah.
you eat it, it's like flavorful, and yeah, it's not the kind you can dip in
Yeah.
your bread in, but you use your bread to grab, whack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superb. Homemade curry.
It's quite funny when you look at like how flavorful and how much spices the Indians use,
Mm.
and then look at British food and
It's
how bland and
fucking
shit it is.
That's why their national dish is chicken tikka masala.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not even English. They just steal it from other continent, from
Yeah.
another continent.
By rightfully so, it should be fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a fish pie or
but
something.
but,
like that.
but think about fish and chips. It's deep fried fish
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
deep fried potatoes.
Hey, but to be fair, I've been to
And
a
salt.
couple of good. I had some good,
Malt vinegar.
like
Malt
shepherd's
vinegar.
pie or
Yes.
like
fish pie.
yeah, fish pie. Pretty good. But to say I will eat that every day or like every other day,
kinda hard.
it's a bit,
And I'm
difficult.
not shitting on it.
Especially
so
a pie.
I love
Yeah,
I
it's
love-
fine.
Cottage pie,
Yeah.
shepherd's
It's too
pie.
much.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
and I love a good fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the right kind of tartar sauce or whatnot.
Mm.
Fantastic. But you can't eat that every day.
Hey, but I would say I haven't visited a lot of like cities in the world, but London's a great place to like fucking live. You can go to like so many different districts and have like all different dishes.
Yeah.
So I say great on the British Empire. Imperialism actually worked.
You've got top-notch Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
You've got really good Indian restaurants.
Yeah, you go to like South
You've
London,
got-
you get good Indian food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go to North London, you get good like Jamaican food.
You gotta pay
Like
for
jerk chicken
an
and all
arm
this
and a
kind of
leg.
shit.
right?
Yeah.
No, it's cheap. Once you go out of central London,
Yeah.
it gets cheap because
gets
most,
cheap, yeah.
most of the area they are all like immigrant
Yeah, you get
settlements.
you get Caribbean food as well,
Caribbean-
Jamaican food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get all the different like Trinidad Tobago kind of food, like all kind of weird stuff like that you are not able to try in Singapore. You get it in London. But here's the thing: when you want to live, when you want to settle down with your family, white is right.
Yes.
Yeah, Kensington is where you want to be.
You go to the safe suburbs.
Yes, Chelsea is where you want to be. Chelsea is where you want to be.
Chelsea, Battersea.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.
Wa-
Yeah, old man with pipes walking the dogs. Like, yeah, I want to live here.
Wandsworth Common.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
live here with a security post that has there's a guard holding a gun, so that no one breaks in.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
to live in North London.
Yeah, not really lah. Maybe buy a condo there and then rent it out to some bunch of like film kids
Yeah.
or immigrants who come there to study. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Jeez. It's like,
That's
this
the
is
truth, though.
This is the United Kingdom's
That's the truth.
tourism boards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the
this,
truth.
This is the
No,
best way to sell
like
sell the
in
UK.
in the city, right? Like it's Piccadilly Square, right?
Mm.
yeah. That's like central lah.
Central, right? And then you
Yeah.
look at all those like old fucking houses, and you're
Mm.
like,
Yeah,
there's a guard in there with a gun.
yeah.
So
No, you record you take a note down. It's like if I want to buy weed, here's where I come to. I just ring a doorbell and be like,
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How strict are the drug controls over there?
weed is like no one really cares lah.
No one really
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah,
so
unless-
it's
unless-
kind of like a
Yeah, unless you're like carrying around like fucking kilos of like marijuana, no one really
So
cares.
it's like
lah.
done
Yeah.
lah, but it's not like
Yeah.
not like
Four-
fully outside. Oh, go.
420 is a big thing there. 420.
Mm.
Like everywhere across London, everyone's like smoking in public. They have cops walking around, but usually that's just to maintain the
Yeah,
peace,
the
make sure
cops
no
have
one
no
gets into
guns.
like fights on. Yeah,
And
no
they
guns, but
don't
they're
have
tasers
guns.
lah.
Yeah.
They got
They're
tasers,
lah.
and the
Yeah.
other thing is I think
batons.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, even they make better curry than the one that she did.
Oh
That
yeah,
is true. That is true.
Fucking even Gordon Ramsay makes a better curry.
Probably.
But I've seen cops handling like I won't say violent situation, but aggressive situation, and it's from my perspective lah. It's interesting because they don't have a gun. They have to de-escalate the situation with
Words.
words or
Yeah.
with other forms of action without drawing the taser. So I guess
I
something.
think shame
yeah.
works. They
And-
they shame the person into
Yeah,
repentance.
and that is what should happen to this lady
Yeah,
who did this chicken curry recipe shit.
we should do a Game of Thrones. Oh, you haven't seen Game of Thrones, right?
No.
We should basically
I
bring.
think I've seen episode 1, and that's it.
Oh, there's this infamous scene where was it Cersei
Why?
from Game of Thrones? Yeah, she's like brought down this like cathedral, like this long
Shame.
walk, like stripped
Shame.
completely naked, and then people are throwing like rotten fruits at her and rotten
that
eggs
w-
at
that
her,
wa-
and then
that
shouting
was
like
a
shame,
path
shame,
of,
shame. Yeah.
repentance.
Isn't
Repentance.
Cersei the old name for church or the Latin word for church?
Church or the
Cersei.
priest.
No,
If
Cersei.
you're talking about
Might-
priest, it's usually CC.
Limboy, mate.
But no lah. Cersei, I don't know.
Yeah,
Cersei.
if I'm not wrong. CIRCIE.
CC. Celibate.
Yeah,
Celibate.
it could be
Yeah.
it could be a play on the on the fucking thing. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But I think that's what we should do to this bitch. Bring her to Singapore, walk her down. Little India.
But then she's Taiwanese,
Yeah.
right? So
Think no, it might not even be her fault. You know, it's like, hey, you're the most Asian
The-
one here. Let's
Yeah.
have you cook this thing and say it's like
the
Singapore. Like,
Taiwanese, they are all about fried food
yeah.
and
I-
and some soup
Yeah.
dishes, and some very thick kwa dishes.
I think if we showed this to any like Chinatown stores that that have like curry chicken in it, they'll be like, hey, let's shame this bitch.
I've had better curry chicken rice
Yeah.
in Chinatown in Singapore.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, then what?
I
that
think
fucking
the problem
dish
is like
looked
you look at it one time, you already know that this person doesn't know. Like you just
I don't think this person even
probably
cooks.
No.
I think she got arrowed.
I think there was
Probably.
an explanation saying that this was a recipe passed down.
Yeah.
And it was like, if it was passed down, it was passed down from who? From like
It seems like her husband rules her with a iron fist. That she doesn't have time to experiment in the kitchen, so she just throws whatever she has in the dish. Because when the husband comes home after work, a little bit drunk, the backhand is coming if the food isn't on the table.
Yeah,
So she's like, yeah, I gotta make dinner
and
fast.
Iron Fist is how he loves her. Live with me.
Yeah. If you don't beat someone, you don't love someone. That's what we are told when we were young.
Live with me.
When our parents hit us.
what? I mean,
Yeah, no, parents different lah.
Huh?
Parents got license.
That's true.
Like how 007 got license to kill.
Yeah, parents are
got
license to
license
hit.
beat.
Yeah.
license.
But
to-
it's-
License to discipline lah.
Yeah, that's
Put it
true.
That way.
Yeah, but it's different when your lover discipline you and then you have to fuck the lover after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's there's a bit of confliction.
Well,
you
it's all
you
part of
put
the
it a little bit Josie put it a little bit nicely lah.
Yeah.
He said that you have to. It's more like you are forced to.
and also
In
what?
that sense, you need to for your own well-being.
For your own
For your own well-being.
I think they classify that as a DA,
DA. What's
Domestic
DA?
abuse.
domestic abuse.
Ah, okay.
Call it like domestic abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know lah.
I call it as I would say DA is don't argue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
When
argue.
I raise my backhand, don't argue with me. Yeah.
When you see the back of my hand,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait.
the
just
back
kidding.
of my hand means don't argue. That sounds like a pimpish, a pimpish thing to say lah.
Yeah.
Which
But I mean-
leads us nicely into our next topic.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a
Where
big
we've got
topic.
to
It's huge.
Talk about the pimp.
Like when you guys, when you guys brought it up.
The pimp, the king,
The pimp
the Lord
daddy.
Almighty.
Yeah.
The-
Of the
the-
podcasting world.
Yeah, pimp daddy
Yeah.
of the podcasting world.
Number one podcast in the entire world.
In over more than 90 markets.
And they are he's barely keeping it together because of all these controversies.
yeah.
Because it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They are really close
Yeah.
to
They're catching up.
Yeah, dethroning him.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Timmy D.
Oh yeah, Timothy is there, but
Timothy
Wow,
doesn't
I-
want to be there.
he doesn't want to be
He
there.
doesn't want to be there.
He wants to earn his
His share and then
Like-
just fuck off.
about $1.2 million a year
And
Yeah.
then just retire.
from just the podcast.
Timothy is
Just
happy
Patreon.
to earn a good meal and then to be able to talk about anything he wants.
Hey, that's the
Yeah.
same as us.
yeah.
Like, that's the
Fucking
same.
Timothy going on Flagrant 2, and Flagrant 2 used to be one of like the highest earning podcasts on Patreon, and they were like, yeah, you are making bank.
This guy's the king.
This guy's a king. They fucking consider they're like, this guy's a king.
This
Yeah,
guy's
but-
a king.
But
Yeah.
this latest controversy between it's actually not Joe Rogan per se. It's between Spotify and the general public.
But Joe Rogan is in the
No,
center of it also.
Joe
lah.
Rogan is
Yeah.
He's
the
the-
cause.
The
Because of it, yeah.
Well, the Joe Rogan experience is the cause of it, and it's only because of the spreading of so-called misinformation.
Yes.
No. Okay, so I think to like break down
Yeah.
everything, like really simplify everything lah. Joe Rogan has a platform.
Mm.
Used to be on YouTube, now it's on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, he signed like $100 million deal with Spotify.
Mm.
Wait, it's not allegedly, right? He did sign on.
It might be more.
For a lot of money.
Oh,
lah.
okay.
So
But
100 to
it-
300 lah.
It might be more
Okay,
money.
okay.
So, so he signed a deal. So it became the podcast went exclusively on
Spotify.
Spotify. So the only thing he posts on YouTube are clips
Mm.
to entice you to actually go and watch it on Spotify lah. So you can watch and listen, whichever you choose. So one of the things that I think he negotiated from Spotify was that they won't censor him. like what YouTube was doing.
Right.
So YouTube had couple of episodes where they were like, I don't think we want to keep this on.
If I'm not wrong, it's the Alex Jones when
Alex
Jones came on.
Jones,
Yeah.
couple of episodes of Joey Diaz,
Right. Right.
and like couple of controversial guests. Like once they found out that, like Chris D'Elia,
Yeah.
once they found out that, oh shit, like this guy just
They want to be gay lah. They want to be gay to take down the episode.
yeah, it's quite gay lah. But
yeah.
so those kind of shit, that kind of shitty things were happening, and Joe Rogan was like, "Fuck, why are you guys like censoring me over like just people talking?" So he got a little bit like fed up, and then he was like, "Yeah, if you're going to offer me money, and if you're going to be giving me freedom of expression,
Yeah.
you won't censor me. Okay, why not?
Right.
Right?" So when he went over, apparently there were Spotify employees who were not happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he has had like Jordan Peterson, Eric Weinstein, Brett Weinstein, and all.
To an extent where the employees actually threatened to leave the company.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Whether they leave or not, I'm not sure, but I hope they leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a group of them who were protesting outside, right? The
Yeah.
offices. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I
So-
just find it funny how they're trying to censor someone while preaching freedom of speech lah.
Exactly.
It's
and
it's
love.
weird lah. It's weird to see how it's only acceptable because you think you're in the right.
True.
But if you
Yeah.
look at it from a broader perspective, right, the one that decides who's right was you. Like you know, the one that decided what was right is the society at large or the
Right.
current accepted perception lah. Like you know, like playing with fire is bad.
Yeah.
But fire is required to keep you warm. You know, some in case it really depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Setting fire to your furniture is bad.
It's
But
not a good
setting-
idea.
But setting fire to your furniture to keep yourself alive during
To
what,
cook
like
food, to
when,
keep you warm.
Yeah.
when you have no thing. It really,
If it comes to that point, just set yourself
yeah.
on fire.
So you see.
I think that's
so
the best case
situation.
scenario.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
like
that we should just we should set things on fire, but
yeah.
if you look at the way you're trying to censor him, if you twisted it the other way, you wouldn't like it. Like, let's just say that now they're doing it for what they think is right. Let's now say if it's the other way around. People frown upon that, right? But the whole thing you preach in the first place is censorship
Yeah.
and freedom of speech, which
Yeah.
is what all of them are practicing. So you should let you in a sense you need to let them express the view,
Mm-hmm.
as horrific as it sounds, and hope to God, or at least hope and pray that everyone listening to it knows better. And now the worst thing everyone's afraid of is they know everyone, or they're assuming that everyone don't know any better.
Hey, but
That's the biggest fear.
The views that Joe Rogan gets on his podcast are not horrific though.
No,
He's not getting convicted rapists to be like,
the thing
yeah, I
is
like
that-
raping girls because so on and so
the
forth.
strange
You know?
thing is that
Like-
he is trying to play the neutral party.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes he gives in to his inner bias, but most of the time he tries to play, you know, I just give you a platform, we're talking it out.
Yeah.
That whole thing, and that was the one thing that made him probably very popular. Like,
Long form,
because you can
uninterrupted content.
you
Yeah.
can talk about it, people can listen to it. Yeah, 11 people can listen to it. The only reason why they're so worried is because one thing I think one thing is because it's America, and America it's, you know, the people there aren't. I can't speak fully. Not all of them are the best in terms of the way they think. No, they're all. Some of them are like bigoted. They're I can't speak for all of them, but you know, I think maybe they have this impression that they're all very impressionable, or too easily. I guess that's the thinking, that you know what's said and what has a lot of views, right, can affect the public in such a way that it sways them, and it's not what the powers that be there want. They want to control
Right.
the information. They want to control it so it works for them. So now what they want to do is they want to push forward the vaccine.
Yeah.
They want everyone to do it.
Yeah.
So they're trying to censor anything that says no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
regardless of what the no is.
Yeah.
You see, that's where when outside people look, it's like, I'm not saying I'm anti-vax. I'm not saying I'm against it, but when someone expresses a view about the vaccine, you don't immediately, you don't stomp them out. Like you Google okay, so we put it in context. Joe Rogan got in trouble with this because of two guests. What's his name? Dr. Malone.
Dr. Robert Malone and Dr. Peter McCullough.
So the two of them, okay, one was he didn't work on the COVID vaccine, but he worked on the mRNA vaccination. I think
He's one of the creators
of the
technology.
of the technology. And then the other one is who?
Peter McCullough is a cardiologist, one of the most published cardiologists.
So they're doctors, but the moment you Google them, right, right now immediately you just get misinformation. Like not you get misinformation. You get that his name is linked to misinformation.
Yeah.
And all that things. I could not, like, none of the top ones is any of his views. Like I didn't get what he said. I just get that he's been,
Spreading misinformation.
he spread misinformation and all that kind of thing. I get it, and he's been discredited and all that. Like that's what I get. So I'm wondering, hey, this guy's been discredited. Why? Why are you paying attention? But that's me. So I don't know what he said. I don't know what he spoke about. I only know that everyone on like the general sphere has discredited him. That's all I know.
No, they have not discredited
No,
him.
as in that's what you see.
Yeah.
Like you read into it, and then you would say like, no, he's not been discredited. But me, just googling his name, he's been discredited. Everything he says is wrong, and he's been charged with spreading misinformation, and
He's not been charged with anything.
not charged out. But
Yeah.
I'm not okay. No, don't take my words. I'm just trying to prove a point here. The point is that someone who reads was like he's not been what, but for someone who Googles it firsthand is like these are the things that come out. I don't get his work. I don't get the results. It's not his work, or what he's published, or what he's said.
You get a smear.
I not say a smear. I just get articles like Wikipedia
saying that he is not trustworthy.
Yeah, he's a doctor who has been discredited. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's what you get. And the other thing is that Joe Rogan Experience were trying to bring him on to get his views and the things to say. And immediately upon saying that, right, when he says things like do not vaccinate your children against this thing, which is, I get how it sounds now. People immediately would be triggered. Will hear this and like, oh, hey, how can you spread news like that? But the thing is, he's not spreading. He's saying it, and the only reason why anyone now cares is because Joe Rogan has 11 million. How many millions of listeners are?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the ears, and it doesn't agree with the current thing, so they want to censor him. And how some people censor him is through mainstream media or through this Neil Diamond, who is a celebrity.
Neil Young.
Neil Diamond's a different. So I don't know. I asked you guys who it was.
Neil Diamond is an author actually.
So Neil Young. So
Guns, Germs and Steel.
Neil Young told Spotify, say, if you don't take him off, you can take my music off.
Yeah, Spotify's like fuck off.
Yeah,
So
fuck off.
Spotify was at first say fuck off, but then Neil Young is very popular.
Yeah, but
He
not.
was.
He was.
But the thing is
Yeah.
that what I found strange about the reaction is that I understand that he thinks he's doing something right,
Yes.
but you look at it that you use your celebrity to censor someone for a view that, yes, I know the mainstream has discredited, but it's one of his view, and people had to have access to that view, and to know, they have to find out for themselves that is wrong in the first place. You can't. Like, I get it. I get it how dangerous it sounds to like push. I understand. Some wrong views can get pushed to a certain thing, like it's wrong, but you still need to let it go out there. I get the wanting to protect the people idea of this, but you still need to let it go out there and have people to understand that if it's wrong, right, you need to prove it without a doubt that it's wrong.
Yeah.
So people can see it that way. You can't just, the censoring.
Yeah, when you censor, that means you're not protecting the people. You're telling them what to think.
Yes.
Okay, so Sean had his say.
Yeah.
And let's just put context.
Yeah.
Put things into perspective, lah.
Yes.
So number one,
Mm.
Google
Yeah.
has a conflict of interest in this case, in this story,
Right.
right? Because Google's venture capital arm, Google Ventures, has pumped money into another company called Vexitech. Okay, and Vexitech has pumped money into the production of AstraZeneca vaccines.
Right.
So vaccine uptake
Yeah.
is in their interest,
Very clear.
correct?
Yeah.
So number one, Google, when you search anything on Google,
Anything about vaccines?
anything about vaccines, you're going
Good.
to get
Get vaccine. Good. Take
good.
it. Yeah.
Good.
Take it.
No, they are not going to say consult. They will put like consult your physician or
Yeah. I mean,
your
standard disclaimer lah.
your local health authorities.
Yeah.
What advice?
Your local physician, all that kind of shit lah.
which also falls in line with their interests as well lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, fact checkers.
Yeah.
Reuters, one of the world's biggest fact checker.
Right.
The CEO of Reuters fact checking on the board of Pfizer.
Right.
Massive conflict of interest.
Mm.
Why wasn't that published?
It's never highlighted. lah.
Never highlighted, right? So
Yeah, because they'll push the thing.
Reuters is one of the biggest fact-checking outlets now that is like clamping down on any information that comes against the COVID narrative or the vaccine narrative,
Right.
right?
Right.
And they are considered like top of the field, right? Thomson
Yeah.
Reuters and all, considered top of the field. If they say means confirm. So if you're going to take everything at face value,
Yeah.
then you're going to forever fall into that
Is
trap.
it
lah.
James Smith?
This sounds a lot like 2008 fucking
James
financial.
Smith.
The Pfizer.
James Smith, chairman of the Thomson's Reuters Foundation, London-based charity supported. I don't know. I just googled it.
So this sounds a lot like 2008 financial crisis when banks were rolling out dodgy fucking mortgages,
Yeah.
but giving it AAA ratings, and then you realize that the ratings agency was also in on it.
Also in on it. They're taking money.
Yeah.
Right? Then when everything failed,
They just blame it on the banks. lor.
the chief of the secretary of the treasury
Yeah.
bails them out, all the
Yeah.
banks.
Yeah.
Where was he from? Formerly of Goldman Sachs.
And then Greenspan, right? Was it?
Yeah.
Greenspan, yeah.
Yeah. Then you're all abang adik.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So it's like
And
you're
then-
all working together.
And then you see the top brass moving from government agencies to banks, and then banks to rating agencies,
yeah,
and vice versa, and for
they're,
back and
it's
forth,
all
yeah.
a clusterfuck, right? Then who gets fleeced?
yeah,
The lay person who's a taxpayer.
yeah,
Your tax dollars you don't get any shit, no. You have a mortgage which you are going to be foreclosed on. You
Yeah.
don't get bailed out.
yeah. But you bail out the banks,
Your money has been used to bail out the banks.
yeah, because they're too big to fail.
Who gambled with your money?
Yeah.
Literally lah.
This is not even gamble. This is like rigging the gambling den so for their benefit.
Exactly.
It's not even a fair
I
fucking
mean,
gamble.
the main issue here now you see is like we want to know we want the info.
Yeah, but
The
going
problem is the ones controlling the infos
yeah,
not
but
really giving in.
bringing this back to Joe Rogan, it shows how corrupt people in authority can be
Yes.
because they have too much power.
And
Right.
and the mainstream media, right? Like
Yeah.
CNN, MSNBC, Fox, whatever you want to include, ABC, CBS, all.
Yeah,
Who are their sponsors?
No, and the other thing is that now
Pharmaceutical company.
they no longer have to worry about a credible source of discrediting any credible source to discredit them. You know, last time, if you look at a book, you can immediately discredit someone like it, or you can test something out.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that it controls so much, right? That the information where we go to the most is not we do the research ourselves and go and test that thing out.
yeah,
We just Google it, and we're like, hey, here says with this source that you are wrong. You know that's it. And
Yeah,
you know
but,
the things you can tamper with on
yeah.
that side is like that.
And then when you
means-
control Google, when Google is being controlled, then that's a
so
different thing. Yeah, But-
so for us, the people who rely on that, it's like as much as you want to say we're sheep or what, if that's the only thing we're allowed to access, then
No.
that's all we can see.
That's why I use DuckDuckGo.
to be fair, I haven't known about DuckDuckGo 6 months ago.
Yeah. Use DuckDuckGo.
Yeah,
So,
It
but the-
bypasses all the fucking traps that Google gives you
yeah,
and gives you immediate like fucking like straight to the source kind of shit.
right.
And then you're like, Like you do the same search on Google and then you do the same search on DuckDuckGo.
But it's, I mean, it's
And the results will be totally
but
different.
This
DuckDuck-
episode is sponsored by DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
But can DuckDuckGo,
Yeah.
like, no, you see, the thing is that even if you Google DuckDuckGo, right, the information you get there, how do you know if it's 100%
No, DuckDuckGo
true?
itself is a browser.
Oh,
It's a browser.
Like, okay, so the browser itself, the things you get there.
So you download the browser to use it, lah.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
So it's
And it's
free.
like a search engine
It's
and
free
everything.
of sponsors, and you just
Nothing.
get you just get the search result. You have to go through the search result by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like old school.
Old school
before.
lah. Like last time Yahoo, Alta Vista, whatever.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
because Joe Rogan apologized. Like,
No, he
Uh,
apologized because Neil Young said that he would want to leave the platform.
yeah.
And he was like, I don't want anyone to lose money.
Mm.
Like, it's a simple thing. I want to give people a voice who have not been given a voice by the mainstream media, who have been villainized by the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to, like, he has had Candace Owens, Alex Jones and all on his podcast, right?
Bernie as well.
Bernie Sanders.
And if you can look at it this way, right, he's just giving a platform to people talking.
Yeah, and it's long form talking. It's not the CNN debate where you have 9 people on the panel and they're
Yes.
all shouting over each other.
And you're
Yeah.
not.
This
and-
is like you sit across the table from someone and have a 2.5 hour conversation.
and he's actually willing to, like, get back a guess once he realizes that I did not give the person enough time.
Yeah.
Like, I glossed over
but-
so many shit. That's what he did with
yeah,
Oliver Stone.
but the thing is
Yeah.
that when
He
he
watched the documentary and he was like,
Yeah.
I need him back on.
and
Yeah.
when he
I
gets
was
the
wrong.
guy on, right, he's not like fully on that guy's side. He's like,
Yeah.
let's discuss this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the thing is that
one
he's not-
example, right? One example for that point that Sean just made was when he watched a documentary on Netflix called Game Changers, which was about vegan athletes. So it was directed by a vegan athlete. So another guest of his actually said that whatever information that came out from this documentary is not factually correct.
Right. Interesting.
Because you can't get all the nutrients from a vegan diet. And then that guy was like, if Joe, you would get this guy on, I would debate him on your podcast,
Right.
right? So Joe had both of them on, and Joe was like somewhat like a moderator.
The moderator, yeah.
Yeah. And Joe was like very, very centrist.
Right.
He was like, no, okay, now this one you're not making sense. This one you're not making sense. You're trying to like put
Yeah.
words into his mouth. He was very neutral. Another one was when he had Tim Pool
and
and
Twitter.
and Jack Dorsey.
Jack
And Jack Dorsey brought his lawyer, his Indian lawyer,
Yeah.
right? And
The
that
girls of
lady-
peace, though. The girls of
Yeah,
peace.
and she was like, squirming.
I think he just
Yeah,
brought her
it's
for
a
eye candy, lah.
But
But
Tim
I
Pool
mean,
was there
okay,
with his beanie.
no, but the thing
Yeah.
is that Joe Rogan is human, so he can air. He can.
Of course,
he
of
can
course.
air.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he has done that, but the thing is that at least he gives them a platform to speak,
Yeah.
and I thought that was the whole point
Can,
to
can,
have someone to come on and just say that. But
can we also say that fucking Jack Dorsey has fucking reached the ultimate form of human being?
Who?
When you earn like billions of dollars and then you just
You
wear, you retire, you wear a fucking like shaman coat and then you just go to a Bitcoin
You shave your head, ball.
shave your head bald, keep a massive beard, go to a Bitcoin conference, sit cross-legged on the fucking stage and then just meditate.
I do.
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah.
could do if
That's the
if,
ultimate form of being a
He
human.
walked out there being a billionaire.
if Spotify were to sponsor us, that kind of shit, I would do that.
Not
Dude.
Spotify, Twitter. He was
If-
a former CEO
no,
of
no,
Twitter.
no, no. I'm
Yeah.
saying that
Yeah.
right now, if Spotify was to give us any it's like just only
Every billionaire,
podcasts here.
every billionaire watching Jack Dorsey will be like, I want to be like him.
Yeah.
I want to be like him.
Yeah,
I'll
everyone wants
bring
to be like him.
I'll bring my own carpet.
Go to a Bitcoin conference like, fuck you, I'm just going to meditate on stage. Follow me.
I'll
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out for 20 minutes.
I'll
Yeah.
bring my own
No,
hypoallergenic.
But the whole thing about
carpets.
this Joe Rogan controversy, right?
Yeah.
That I find is that people they are not even looking at the central point
Right.
of why Joe Rogan has had these fellas on. Because his point is that, wait, hold on a minute. The mainstream media, the governments all around the world have been saying that, okay, there's this virus, and the only way we can combat this virus is via vaccine. That's the
Right.
only medication we have for now. Maybe the pills will come later and all. Okay. So allegedly he came down with COVID. He visited a different set of doctors who did not prescribe him the vaccine. Instead, they prescribed him monoclonal antibodies, like antibiotics, and like supplements and shit like that,
And ivermectin, yeah.
and ivermectin.
Yeah.
And he became better within like 2 days,
Yeah.
2 or 3 days, right? So he was like, yeah, I don't see the need to get vaccinated because I was cured by following all these protocols, resting and following
Yeah.
what the doctor said to me lah.
Yeah. And but
So that poses a problem.
yeah.
So that poses a problem by saying that the very reason why the vaccines were approved
Yes.
for emergency use
Yeah.
was that there were no other therapeutics available,
Yeah.
readily available to combat this.
But to be fair, he did give a massive disclaimer though. He said that I'm not suggesting anyone don't take the vaccine. If you're vulnerable, take the vaccine.
yeah,
But
you
but,
see
but
that-
for me, this is what I do and it works for me.
No, you see,
Yeah.
that disclaimer is secondary.
No, but what happens is if the media, right, and especially for the Trevor Noah, I don't think we want to get into that, but many people have like misconstrued his statement saying that vaccines are not good, don't take it. But Joe Rogan has never outrightly said don't take the vaccines.
Correct. But that is the
Yeah.
secondary. That is
Yep.
the follow-up shit, right? So if the mainstream media or the scientists who are working for NIAID or whatever, if they were to concede and say that, wait, this fella got cured from this,
Right.
then it will call into question the emergency use authorization that has been given to the vaccines,
I see. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that would bring out open up a whole new can of worms.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Yeah,
the
basically
vaccine is
slow
not the
things
only
down,
cure.
yeah.
Yeah. And without going too deep into that, you can just see how much money they're losing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that disrupts the entire
Yeah.
Ecosystem
narrative,
lah.
the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So you see, when there's something like that, right, it brings in. It's right to question it, right? Correct.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Because you look at that thing, right? I mean, anybody that goes there was like, hey, yeah, I need that to be answered. Like, you have to give us assurance. But right now, the only assurance you really get from the vaccine is that it's the only
Only way, yeah. But hey, America is
which
built.
is claimed by the
Yes.
government.
Hey, but America is built on a free market economy.
Not when it.
So if
not when
something
it causes
else,
them to lose
something
money.
else works, right? Why can't you talk about it or at least venture into that?
Exactly. So that is the point. I think the central point of Joe Rogan's decision to invite them
Yeah.
onto the podcast.
It's to
Yeah.
give an
And then it adds another value in the eyes of lay people when you have Dr. Robert Malone, who's a scientist,
Yeah.
right? Who actually came up with the technology,
one
the
of the
mRNA, one of the guys who came up with the mRNA technology. And then this fella is coming out and saying that, it should not be used.
Right.
So, like, Joe Rogan is coming from the point of view, it's like, wait, this guy worked on it. And if he is saying that it should not be used,
Let's
why
just hear lah.
why aren't we listening to this guy?
Let's
Right.
just hear
Why
what
why
he
are
has to
we
say.
villainizing this guy? So he's
Right.
like, hey, let's hear him out.
Just hear him out.
Then Peter McCullough is another one because he's one of the most published cardiologists in America. So so now mainstream media acknowledges that myocarditis and all heart conditions might arise from the vaccine
Oh,
as a vaccine injury, right?
Yeah.
So it has been recognized already.
Right.
So Peter McCullough has been saying that for quite some time. So why don't we get the guy who's actually an expert
Yeah.
in like cardiology to
Mm.
come and speak about this?
Right.
And he has a similar point of view as Robert Malone.
And,
Right.
and no one says you have to listen to them.
Yes.
As in, like, take their word as written in stone. It's just listen.
It's just alternative
Just
viewpoint lah.
hear it
Basically.
out. Like,
yeah.
you know, like what's... I can say it... now it sounds like I'm saying it easily. Like, what's the harm in hearing them out? I'm not saying that... Because... I get this point of view, like, you know, words now with the current social media is like very strong, like influences people too easily
Right.
because people fall into it too clearly. I get that thing, but you do understand that, you know, back to its essence, you need to actually hear every
Point of view. Yeah.
and you have to make your own decision on that one. That really goes on you. Like, if you make the wrong decision, that's on you. People trying to control your decision, that one, that's a different thing. That if you allow that to happen, right, fine. That's your choice. You allow
Yeah.
people to control your thing so you can live a more comfortable and convenient life. But if you think about it, right, if you want to have your own, you really want to have true freedom, you have to listen, and you hope that you are educated enough to make your own, like when you make that choice, you have to understand that you're not making it on a bias, like
on a whim.
on a whim.
Like you're making an informed choice.
Yes, informed choice. You're not
Sadly,
following
most people do not make choices on
because
informed choice.
we're
Yeah.
too lazy. I'm too lazy. I can
Yeah.
admit that I'm probably one of the group that makes the lazy choice, which is whatever is more convenient. Actually, no, sorry, I am that group. Whichever is the most convenient, which I thought would help
Yeah,
me be out of the country by now to go frolic about.
yeah. But
Uh,
that didn't turn out well.
No, 6 months. I've still been in only one country.
Yeah,
So doesn't matter. So I made the convenient choice. I did not read up in anything. I just took what they gave us on the hope that it would lead to just convenience.
yeah.
Which the only convenience it led me to is that I can still freely go to the supermarket.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, could it be that Joe Rogan is facing this much backlash because he's not
It's
part
n-
of the establishment in that
It's
sense?
not
He's not part of the established media.
Yes.
He's an anomaly in this case.
Yes,
And
and-
Tim, I think Tim didn't sum it up very well on
Tim
Fragrant
Dillon
2.
on
Yeah,
Flagrant 2 was
Yeah.
like
And-
he like fucking distilled the essence of the entire problem.
Yeah.
Really, really well.
Yeah. Say,
Did you watch it?
no. But say it out for.
Oh, like he said that the reason why they are going after him is that they can't control him, right?
Yeah.
Spotify can control him. He's working for a boss,
yeah.
and that's the only place where they can put like a
Pressure,
on,
pressure.
Pressure point.
right? And where is he going to go? He's not going to go back to YouTube
I mean,
because YouTube is going to censor him way worse.
Way worse,
That was the
yeah.
reason why
Yeah.
he left YouTube.
Yeah,
So when you put pressure on Spotify, right? Like who are the people putting pressure on Spotify? Fucking Neil Young and Jody Mitchell or whatever.
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell.
Jody Mitchell. Yeah.
No, not
who
them.
are these fucks?
It's
Yeah.
These fucks are fucking has-beens or old fucks
no.
who are not
Okay,
relevant
the thing
anymore.
is that we don't have to attack them.
No.
We-
But he made a really good point,
Yeah.
Timothy. He is like, I don't think they actually chose to do this.
Mm.
They have been advised or they have been asked to do this
For their image.
for just to be
a legend lah.
relevant for now,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah, okay.
there's no
Good.
reason for them to actually do this right now.
Yeah.
And when Timothy said that, right, like I was like, yeah, man, doesn't make any sense.
Is
Yeah.
this almost an extreme form of virtue signaling?
Yeah, but these people,
These
aren't
guys are
actually-
has-beens.
Yeah, and they actually don't virtue signal. Neil Young came out in like the 90s and
No,
said shit
no.
about
As in, is it like a
homosexuals.
Is
Yeah.
it like a PR move on their
It
part?
is.
It's
It
just
is.
it's
It
just
is. It is.
so you see how
Yeah.
how hypocritical that is. Like how and how problematic that could be is like, you use your celebrity to censor someone
Yeah.
for a view that you deem like right only because it's accepted now.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine if he did it for, like you said, for his views on what what was it, homosexual?
Homosexuals
yeah.
and HIV/AIDS.
Not very well accepted, right? So
No.
you see those. I just, it rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know how
Yeah.
to put it in words. It just rubs me the wrong way how it's allowed to.
So something
it's
that
accepted only because we
yeah.
think it's.
Someone probably whispered in his ear and said, "Hey, do this, and then you get more likes or
Yeah.
more views on your channel."
And in
That's what Timothy said, lah. Yeah.
and in a
Which
sense,
kind of
it's-
make a bit of sense.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay
Because-
now because we
Because look at everyone who's relevant right now. No one is talking about Joe Rogan, dude. We're like, hey, let's just push up music. Let's just make shit that makes money.
And they want to be on Joe Rogan's podcast.
And they want to be on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
Except for this fucks who are like fucking 105 years old.
Dude,
We're gonna
fuck-
die anytime soon.
Fucking Kanye was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah,
Kanye
no,
West.
yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
So it's a bit dodgy, lah. It's a bit dodgy. It feels like there are people out there who be like, hey, this outsider is tapping into our market, stealing our rice bowl. Let's fuck him up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like I look at it from a totally different point of view, lah.
And we know what point of view that is.
Yeah.
And the only reason why you can speak
Cue-
about it
cue
is,
up the limb whaming.
and the only reason why you can speak about it is because we have no Spotify
We have no Spotify deal.
sponsorship.
Yeah. So my point of view is that this entire thing, right? This battle between the Joe Rogan experience for bringing on these two doctors.
Yeah.
So one scientist, one cardiologist, right? it is just to keep people talking about this irrelevant argument.
Right.
Because both this side and the mainstream media side, they both agree. They agree that there's a virus, there's a pathogen.
Right.
Whether it's man-made, it's natural, came from a bat or came from a lab or whatever, they both agree. Both sides agree that there's something making people ill, and most likely it came from China.
Okay.
Okay?
I actually thought about this actually, because we've spoken quite extensively on this off the podcast.
Yes.
But I'm thinking that, or I was thinking, right, that actually the same people might be concerned that when he bring this Robert Malone and Peter McCullough on, they might create dissenting voices against the vaccine, and that will lead to them questioning the vaccine, and then questioning further on.
But
Down
you
the
think,
rabbit
you
hole.
think about it, right?
Down the rabbit hole.
By the time these fellas actually made it onto the podcast, right,
Yeah.
the percentage of the population that has been vaccinated is way beyond 50% already
What, in the States?
in the States.
Yeah.
So the uptake
right.
of the vaccine, right,
Yeah.
is already at a certain level because people have succumbed to the pressure. Like, I need to do this. I need to fly.
No, but it came at the point where they're pushing out the booster.
the booster, yes.
Yeah.
The booster,
So
yes.
that was
yes.
yeah,
But
that was
then,
a contentious point.
But then you also got to keep thinking about another thing, right? Is that, like, there are people out there like Sean.
Right.
I'll do whatever it takes, right, to make my life simpler.
Same as me.
Right?
Yeah.
And then okay, I just want to do this, so I have no choice lah.
Yeah.
I have no choice. I need to take it. That's it. So there are quite a number of people like that. And then there are people who would argue,
Yeah.
who would say that, hey, there might be something else. I want to listen. I want to hear all this.
Right.
But then at the end of the day, whatever they listen to, right, they still like, I got no choice.
Right. Okay.
Right? You can listen to everything. You can argue about it and all. But at the end of the day, they were still like, I still got no choice.
Right.
I need to earn a living. I need to take it. So that's the thing. But in America, right, it's a different case. Because by this, depending on which state you live in, you've got different rules.
Yep.
Some states are like, no, we don't see the evidence for it, so we're not going to implement this. Right? And then some states are like, no, you fucking take the fourth one. Right? So it's like varying degrees of it.
Yeah.
And Timothy and I think Schultz spoke about it on Flagrant 2, where it's so like there are so many contrasting views,
Right.
but you are all called Americans.
Yes.
You're all under the umbrella of United States of America, but all of you guys have different views.
Yeah.
Your states have different views.
Yeah.
The politician that leads you, the governor or the mayor, all of them share different views.
And as a half Indian, I feel sad that Akash Singh didn't have much to say.
And rightly so. Yeah. Yeah, so my point of view is that these two fellas coming in, right, and people like trying to say that Joe Rogan is disrupting shit and all this kind.
Yeah.
That's all far-fetched lah. Joe Rogan has Mike Baker on like every few months.
Yeah, that's another rabbit hole.
Right? So that fella comes in to like clean everything out. I had Oliver Stone on and he mentioned this and all. No, I was in the CIA. I know the truth. Then like that fella like clears everything out. It's like no.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to Alex Jones. Don't listen.
We should have to know who we should have. If I shoot Jamie in the face and I take over the podcast as a producer, I would have Oliver Stone, Mike Baker, and Tim Dillon.
All in the same room. Alex Jones comes in late.
Alex Jones walks in drunk, holding a bottle of whiskey, and be like, yeah, where's Bohemian Grove? Take me back to Bohemian Grove. Yeah, I think that's the best podcast that will break the internet.
I mean, the thing is that...
And then after that, I'll be found dead in an elevator shaft with 2 bullets in the back of my head, and the police...
That'll be called a suicide.
Yeah, police report is suicide.
But
Josiah died of a suicide.
Elevator shaft would just crash by itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
The
no
thing is-
reason.
the thing is we enjoy this kind of freedom of the way we speak only because we don't have the views.
Yeah.
So
If you take the number of views times 1,000, maybe people will climb down on us.
So it's funny how Joe Rogan only has this issue because he has 11 million millions of views.
Actually,
lah.
like he censors himself as well,
No, that's the
right?
thing.
So
Yeah.
Joe
Like-
Rogan censors himself. Like the first ever time he had Oliver Stone on, right? He didn't want Oliver Stone to like go deep into like the JFK conspiracy and everything, and then he realized that he actually had like some backlash within his like fans,
Yeah, because
and they were like, "Dude, you did not even allow him to speak." And then like 2 podcasts or 3 podcasts later, he had Mike Baker on. And then it was like trying to wash away whatever Oliver Stone said,
Yeah.
right? Then I think he himself felt that I think that seemed really obvious.
Yeah.
So he watched the documentary and had him on again, and then allowed him to speak for a way longer period.
Yeah, I feel that Joe Rogan knows more than what he's letting out.
Yes.
And this is our own opinion.
Same
Yeah.
with Timmy D as well.
Yeah, they know more than what they're letting out, but because they have paymasters, by they I mean Joe Rogan, Timothy and Patreon and everything.
No, but Timmy D knows like I should not rock the boat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, I can joke
Yeah.
about things. I can joke about Meghan
Yeah.
McCain.
Yeah, but he knows that it's coming from the viewpoint of a comedian first and foremost,
Yeah.
not as a journalist, he doesn't want to be Joe Rogan.
yes, no
yeah,
one
because he doesn't
holds
want to
a
take the
very-
money and then be like, you have to do this, you have to say that.
Dance monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to do that. So he's the next
or
king.
be held to that kind of that level of cooperation in that sense.
If ever we meet Joe Rogan, I'll be like, hey Joe, beware of Tim Dillon. He's
Wow,
coming for
Joe, hey Joe, wow.
you. Yeah,
I think
he's coming for you.
Not
Timothy
Mr.
has really taken
Rogan.
over already, lah.
Huh?
Timothy has really taken over in terms of quality.
Yeah.
It's just the amount of money that has been paid.
In terms of reach, of like reach.
Yeah. Oh
Tim,
yeah.
Tim Dillon is not there yet.
No, because like Tim Dillon, right, doesn't want to interview people actually.
Oh, but his
The only few people that he has interviewed, Jordan Peterson, Whitney Webb,
yeah.
and then in recent times, Lex Friedman.
Oh, that was fabulous. Dude. That's
That was
amazing.
fabulous,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah.
But he's an awesome guest.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an amazing guest.
He's an amazing host as well. He asks a really good question.
For a gay Irish kid from Long Island, New York,
Yeah.
to come on podcast and rip.
And
to
he's
shreds.
going to be on Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah,
I'm waiting for that to
He
drop.
was already there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
waiting for it to
recorded it,
drop
yeah.
now. Waiting for it to drop. Yeah.
What was the podcast called? Accidental Outcome.
Yeah, I want to see Alec Baldwin shoot him
what a name.
in the face with his cum. Alright, should we
On that note,
call this?
And this went.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Lots of Lobang. Follow us on social media, search Lots of Lobang, and also we're on patreon.com/Lots of Lobang. Only
Facebook,
$2 a month.
Instagram,
Yes.
Patreon.
Join
Yeah.
the lone patron.
Yeah, $2 a month and you get free episodes of Breaking Wind podcast every week.
And
Fabulous.
shout out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely be shouted out.
We can afford that.
Yeah.
5 names.
Ciao.
Ciao.